figured you can find a way to get gym requirement. And I want to go, I want to graduate. He said, Mason, why would you want to graduate college early? The college guidance counselor is asking me, why would I want to graduate? They're just building a new college called Jefferson, right down the street. That was just being built in Hillsborough. And I want to go to this new college. And I told him, I want to go to the college. My guidance counselor, my friend, my ally in school put his hands on my back like a loving father and looked at me worried and said, why would you want to go to college? Mason, if you got into college, you would just take a seat away from more deserving white kid. Let me call out to the shoe factory and see if I can get you a job with the other colored boys. Because he was my friend. He did not look out for me. Even though I was pretty smart. But for me to want to go to college was a confusion in him. Now, I didn't pay any attention to this guy. He had no effect on me at all. Because I knew it wasn't personal. It wasn't personal. It's never personal. Except it was personal. What I mean is that he wasn't saying it because he hated me. He was saying it because he did not want me to compete with his son. It was personal. It was family. His heritage. His inheritance. His child. His grandchildren. He did not want me to compete. I knew that. It wasn't personal. So I left him alone. I figured I could just go to myself and finish. I didn't have to come here for a gym. So about a week later, I'm downstairs in the basement where the basketball court is. I'm listening to the coach talk to the teammates. As I walk around the corner, I heard one say, next year, you're going to start Mason? I never knew how good I was at basketball because I only had all-white team to play with. Yeah, you understand, don't you? Yeah. So I heard him say, I'm going to start, I'm not going to start Mason, I'm going to play Mason often. I could dunk at 5'11". I'm not going to start him, I'm going to play him often, but I'm not going to make him a starter because he will take a scholarship from you white guys. It wasn't personal. It was personal. He was protecting his heritage, his culture, his family. That was his job. What was my job? I walked around the walls and said, hey, coach, guess what? What about me next year? I won't be here. I won't be here next year. I'm getting out from under you. I'm getting out from among them. I'm taking myself somewhere where I can spread my wings and compete. I left that school. That was the last straw. A whole lot of little bitty things that went on. The last straw. I quit high school and took a bus to Florida. Yes. Took a bus, walked to the recruiter's office and said, take me. Vietnam War was raging. Take me. I don't care where you take me. I don't care how long you take me. Take me out of here. That was April the 4th, 1968. April the 4th. Did you get your gloves here? April the 4th, 1968. Same day. Same day. I get off the bus in DeSoto, Missouri. I run across a school friend of mine who was excited and gleeful and laughing. Have you heard? Have you heard? They killed Dr. King. He's happy and excited. I have to walk home about a mile to my mother's house from downtown DeSoto because they didn't pick up folks who look like me in my cab. So as I'm walking home, I just joined the Navy to defend my country. And my country hates me. My country is fighting me. My country doesn't want me to be educated. My country doesn't want me to be competitive. We're fighting for civil rights, fighting for civil rights, legal rights to compete in America. I wasn't fighting for white folks that like me. I wasn't fighting for white folks to let me in the lunch counter have a sandwich with them. I was fighting for the right to have my own dog on lunch counter. So I go to the military, and we tore ourselves apart. And I ran across black folks and white folks, different views of America. It was never personal, just personal. Until one day, August 11th, 1971, at 9:05 in the morning, it's a bright sunny day, about 80 degrees. And I know this because I will never forget everything about this day. This was the day that I confronted a gentleman that I knew was a competitor of mine, and I thought he was a competitor. I've been to Vietnam with this guy, came back unscathed with this guy, didn't get a scratch on me with this guy. We were in San Diego debating the racial problems in America. He was a white racist. I was a black racist. Black power, high five. We were doing our thing. I did not realize this man hated me until one day I ordered my competitor to take control of 2,800 pounds of steel, 8 pieces of black iron, aluminum, and steel, 4 feet by 8 feet. And I stood in the middle, like him on one side, and a black guy on my left side, balanced the plates up so I could get something out to work with. I ordered my enemy. I thought he was a competitor. But I turned to look at him, and I saw the look in his eyes. I saw the look of pure hatred. I've been to Vietnam, folks. I know folks got killed. And I looked, I saw the look in his face. And I turned toward him to run. At my right was a steel bulkhead, a steel wall. To my left was 2,800 pounds. I had 4 feet to cover. I didn't make it. And he put his shoulder to it and pushed that weight over on me and hit me on my left hip. And my right hip hit that steel wall. Then my ribs hit and broke 3 ribs. My helmet crushed in and my head hit that steel wall. Both hips crushed. My pelvis crushed. Everything in my body was squeezed up. And I screamed in pain. And my eyes were closed with agony. I opened my eyes and I saw the look on his face. I saw the look. The guy behind me is also hurt. And I'm looking at him, waiting for me to die. You have never seen that look. If you've ever seen that look, it will affect you forever. I felt 8 bones of my body crushed. I felt it break. And finally, he left. Because I stopped screaming. You're not going to see me scream as I die. And I am now hating everything white. I hate the white stripes on the flag. I hate everything white. Even though 8 white guys came to rescue me, it didn't matter. Even though the ambulance doctor, my emergency room doctor, my physical therapist, I call her physical terrorist. I hated America. I was tired. I was done. It became personal. It's now personal. I couldn't walk. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. And now it dawned on me, laying in the hospital bed at Belleville Hospital, looking up at the ceiling, it dawned on me, 21-year-old, athletic, highly trained nuclear welder, high school dropout, now disabled, unable to work, from a poor family, and I'm black. And everybody said, you're a black male, you're disabled, you're uneducated, high school dropout, you are going to be a failure. I lay in the hospital bed, they gave me a week to live. It became personal. And now I am a racial mess. I came from a place where I was discriminated against and hated and pushed over. Now someone's trying to kill me. Are you kidding me? So I went to Berkeley, where the Black Panther Party just started. And I ran with other black men who hated America, because you're all who you hang with. So I'm hanging with people who hated, who wanted to study each other and put up each other. And I was a spokesperson, because I'm a good speaker. And I'm sitting telling the white man, blah, 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 blah. And I'm trying to find this guy so I can kill this guy. I was driven by rage. If I ever saw him again, if he was in front of the police department giving a speech, I didn't care. If I ever laid eyes on him again, I could take my hands and put it around his throat and squeeze that look off his face. But then, this thing called God, boy, you know. See, at the same time, before this happened, I had a minister father and a minister grandfather. And I knew the Bible enough to know when I was doing wrong. I knew the Bible enough to know when I wasn't obedient to that tug on your heart to get things done. I knew enough. When I was 21, had my own place, nice car, and plenty of girls, I had to pay attention to what I had to do, you know what I mean? I couldn't pay attention to what was in my heart. I'm busy.